Hello students, and now let us continue chapter number 1.
Let us learn what are the rights and duties of a member of a cooperative society. Now this question can be also asked as members of a cooperative society have many rights. Explain this statement. The first point is any person or any individual can become a member of the society provided he is qualified. A refusal of admission to the membership, the concerned person or an individual can appeal to the registrar of cooperative societies. A member of a cooperative society has only one vote. A member of a cooperative society cannot appoint proxy. A member can hold the shares of the society jointly. Sixth point is, a member shall not have or claim any interest on the amount of shares of the society exceeding Rs 5,000. Seventh point, a member can inspect a list of members. Eighth point, a member has a right to get a share certificate for the shares held by him. Ninth point, a nominal member shall not be entitled to any share in profits or dividend or interest or assets of the society. 10th point, a member cannot exercise his membership rights unless he has paid all the dues in respect of shares bought by him and membership fees. A member of the society has a right to inspect free of cost the rules and bylaws, the last audited balance sheet, profit and loss account of the society during the office hours. Now let us learn what are the rights of a shareholder or member pertaining to annual general meeting. So the first point is you elect the chairperson of the meeting, to appoint the members of the managing committee, to appoint auditor to audit the accounts of the society and to fix this remuneration. Fourth, to adopt the profit and loss account and balance sheet for the year. To sanction distribution of profit. Sixth point is to pass memorandum. Seventh point, to fix the amount of fees that will be paid to the members of the managing committee. Eighth point, to consider and pass the report of the managing committee. Ninth point, to place requisition for calling the extraordinary general meeting of the society. 10th, members have the rights to receive the notice of the general meeting of the society along with the annual report. Do we say that the membership of a cooperative society is cancelled, or under what circumstances the membership of a cooperative society is terminated? The first point is death of a member. Due to the death of a member of a cooperative society, the membership stands cancelled. Unsound mental position. If the member of a cooperative society is not mentally sound and if he is not cooperative with other members, then his membership stands cancelled. The third point is area of operation. If the members of a cooperative society stays outside the jurisdiction of the society or stays away from the area of operation of the society, then the membership stands cancelled. The fourth point is non-payment of fees. If the membership fee of a member is not paid in time and the dues are not cleared, then the membership stands cancelled. The fifth point is breach of trust. If the members does not obey the rules and regulations and if they spoil the name of the society, then in such cases the membership stands cancelled. Sixth, defaulter. Due to non-payment of dues of his loans and advances, and if he becomes defaulter, then his membership stands cancelled. Seventh point, imprisonment. If the member was enforced to imprisonment for any reasons or by any act, then his membership will be cancelled. The next topic is managing committee. The members are the owners of the cooperative society. They are the proprietors. Members of cooperative society, being numerous, cannot look after day-to-day affairs of the society. They elect their representatives on the managing committee. It is a decision-making committee. It is also responsible for the efficient conduct of the business of a society. The authority and the management flow from top to bottom. The members of a managing committee should meet together at least once in each quarter of the year for taking decisions. Now we shall learn a very important topic, that is, what is the procedure of electing a managing committee. So the first point is publishing of voters list on or before a specific date. Second point, appointing the election committee and empowering the returning officer, chairperson of the election committee to hold free and fair election. Third point, publishing of the notice of election on the notice board of the society or on a local newspaper with detailed election program. Fourth point, filing of nomination forms for contesting election. Fifth point, scrutinizing of nominations papers filed. Sixth, withdrawals if any of nominations filed on or before specific date. The seventh point is allotment of symbols to eligible candidates. Eighth point, voting on the date fixed for the same if required. Ninth point, counting of the votes on specified date at specified time. 10. Declaration of results after counting of votes in the annual general meeting. Who is not eligible to contest the election as a member of a managing committee? Point number 1. If a person is in default to the society in respect of any dues from him, either in his personal capacity or as a borrower for exceeding a period of 3 months. Point number B. If he has been responsible under section 79 and 88 or he has been held responsible for payment of cost of inquiry under section 85, then he shall not be eligible for election to member of the managing committee. The government has reservation policy regarding elections. So the first point is, on the committees of the societies for scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and for the weaker section of members, 2 seats shall be reserved. That is, 1 seat is reserved for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and 1 for the weaker sections. The second point is, the government can direct to co-opt such person if not elected at the time of election to the managing committee is held. Third point, the reservation of seats for employees on committees of societies is made if number of employees is 25 or more. If the number of employees is 11 or less, 1 seat is reserved for such employees. Fifth, if the number of such members are 12 or more, 1 additional seat after every 10 members over and above first 11 members is kept reserved for employees. Sixth, in case of an apex cooperative bank and federal institutions, the government has its own reserved nominees on managing committee. Seventh, in case the government has contributed towards the share capital of the society, the government has policy to appoint its own nominees. What are the powers and functions performed by the managing committee of a cooperative society? To consider an application for membership, to consider the registration of the member, to consider the allotment of shares, to consider the complaints of the members, staff, etc., to punish and dismiss the salaried servants of the society if required, to examine the registers, to sanction purchases of the society, to fix up the selling price of the goods for sale, to raise working capital, to test the scales, weights and measures, to appoint salaried servants to the society in case it is consumer cooperative society or as and when required by a society, to frame the rules and regulations pertaining to the service conditions of the employees of the society, to check other books of accounts maintained by the society, to prepare trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet, to arrange cultural programs for the members of the society, to take security from the person who is dealing with cash of the society. The managing committee has the power to remove the president. The committee has the power to conduct the business of the society. The committee may frame the rules and regulations for the internal management of the society. Tenure of the office of the managing committee. The election of the members of the committee shall be subject to the provisions of the Act and the bylaws. The members elected on the committee at such general meeting will hold office for a period of 3 to 5 years from the date on which the first meeting is held and shall continue in office until immediately before the first meeting of the members of the new committee. Committee elected, thus, the management of the cooperative society. Sometimes it is also known as Board of Directors. Termination of Managing Committee. The members of the cooperative society have the power to terminate the managing committee before the expiry of the term of office. The members of the cooperative society should make an application or representation to the chairman by at least 1/5 of the members of the society or as per the provisions laid down in bylaws. All the members proposing to hold a special general meeting must sign the requisition. This meeting should be conducted within 1 month from the date of receiving an application. This is done only because the members of the cooperative society could not wait until the annual general meeting. So here we end with part 1 of chapter 1. Thank you, students.